Hey, what's going on, guys? Crash Businessman here. Today I want to talk about flipping a piece of conventional wisdom, one piece of conventional wisdom, on its head and switching it around and showing you the benefits of that. So traditionally, you want to do kind of like a ready, aim, fire type mentality. You get ready, you aim, you fire. And now this is just metaphorically symbolic of, getting prepared to do something before you do it, right? But what happens a lot is people over prepare, or they'll get stuck in what's called analysis paralysis, where they're spending so much time deciding what they want to do, they don't actually fucking do it. And I myself get caught in this all the time, and it's really hindering and it sucks. So one method that has been coined by many different people is to do the ready, fire, aim method. So you just do it and then figure out how you were supposed to be doing it later on. Now, this seems like it's counter to logic, and in a lot of ways, it sounds like it is, but it's really not. And one way that I can demonstrate that, or one way that has been shown to me, is been in personnel management. So I own a couple of companies, or saying I own a couple of companies sounds kind of douchebaggy. It's not like they're multi-million-dollar companies; they're just a few startups. But these companies require personnel to operate. So one of them, they're both service-based businesses, and they require people to initiate work in some way or to complete work in some way. So one thing that has always worried me is, okay, so if I have somebody hired on payroll and I don't have enough work, then what's going to happen? I don't want to, put anybody out of the house. People got mortgages to pay. Am I going to come up with enough money? Can I come up with enough work to get these people employed? Right? And so a lot of the time I'd hold back. I'd reel back on doing marketing. I'd reel back on accepting jobs. I'd reel back on a lot of different things because I'm like, well, am I going to be able to keep up with this, all the time? Well, what's interesting is that you tend to find ways, your mind will find a way to get shit done depending on its level of importance. So if you prioritize something to the utmost, to the top, then no shit, it will get done. You will find a way, no matter what, to get it done. It's crazy. This is kind of in line with if you've ever had a report to do, right? And they'll give you 2 weeks to do it. And then you somehow manage to do it in the last hour of the last fucking day that is due. You find a way to do it. And this isn't just, an anomaly, because this happens to a vast majority of people, and the reason is because you've kicked it into high gear, this hyperdrive. You're in what they call the zone, and you're getting it done. Now, what I would break down the zone as is a mental state in which you've decided to scrap all the unnecessary bullshit and decided to completely prioritize this one thing and not let anything else distract you. So if you can find a way, I'm still learning how to implement this, but I think that it's really about finding a way to prioritize something in the highest regard. So this has happened on a couple of different projects that I've taken on where, I have a few projects that are just lingering and they're not making any forward progress. And it's usually because I haven't made a decision on something. So I'll say, well, I haven't exactly decided whether I want to do this, whether I want to do this. Usually when I get to the fuck it point, where I'm like, all right, whatever it costs, whatever it takes, whatever, I'm getting it done. And once I do that, and and everything is just out in the open and it's ready to go, that's when it gets done. So I want to close this video by saying that, if you can find a way to bring it to your fuck it point, then you can accomplish anything you want. And all it's about is hyper prioritizing. So you're hyper prioritizing whatever your goal is. If you really want to get it done, that's how you're going to get it done. Now I'm still figuring out different methods of how to get to that point, but getting to that point is immensely helpful because you scrap all the other crap that doesn't matter and it ends up getting done. Now it could be at the cost of, some short-term cash that you had or short-term resources, something like that. But when you think about it, a lot of time we'll be indecisive about making a decision that's based off of money. Well, money comes and goes, and money is gonna keep coming and going, in different amounts all the time. But if it's gonna get something done, that sense of accomplishment is not only going to be intrinsically motivating, but it will clear the schedule for other things to happen. So Hopefully I didn't go off into too many tangents. I kind of had to wing this one today. I had quite a few jobs to do today, so I promise the next one will be a little bit more scripted. Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Like, subscribe below. Let me know if there's some content that you'd like to hear about. So thanks.